Hello guys, so it's me again. So this week's math is going to look a little bit different. So one day you are still going to do Khan Academy where you're going to log on. But the other days I'm going to kind of walk you through the assignments. And the reason is I know that some of you were kind of getting a little bit confused with some of those Khan Academy videos and some of those assignments. Now some of you were taking it and kind of running with it and you love Khan Academy. So you go on and you love it and you can do whatever you're doing. But I do want to go back to some of the basics that we're talking about. And I do want to make sure that you're not missing a lot of those foundations that we've talked about a lot throughout the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work through each day with you so that you know exactly what we're doing. We're not missing any foundation skills and you have them all ready to go. So let's start off with Monday. And so today's math looks like these little snail guys. I'm going to work through this first little snail with you, and then your job is to pick two snails. I don't care which two snails you go through. You can do all three if you want to. My hair is doing some wacky things here, but you can pick this snail and this snail. This one, I don't care which ones, or you can do all three. I just want to know that you are getting the foundations of the adding and the subtracting, okay? So let's start off with these little guys. And so what I have is my whiteboard, but I also have this little doodad too, okay? So let's look at this top left snail right here. This guy that says A, if you can see A right there. Now, what this is checking for, and the reason why I'm giving you this assignment is because I want to check and make sure that you're still looking at those foundations of true numbers so that we're looking at a couple of methods. Remember how I told y'all that math, especially if you're in my class, there are 10 of y'all, and all 10 of y'all do math in like 10 different ways. And it's crazy when we do our math talks that some of you see it in one way and some of you see it in another way, and it's just the wackiest thing ever. But you're getting the right answer because you see math differently. Some of you use a number line and you start one way and you can visualize and move one way or the other. Some of you are using your touch points. Some of you are doing your mental math and you're kind of decomposing. You're taking a number, breaking it apart, moving it over. Whatever way you do it, we're going to talk about a few ways doing it right here, okay? So this little guy, it says right here to start with this number, and that's the number 9. Now, if I'm doing touch points, usually I could do the touch points right on here, except that when my numbers get pretty big, I might not be able to. Let's review our touch points really quick before we get started. So if I have my touch points, remember we're trying to get to the point where my number 1, I can just say 1. 2 is 1, 2. 3 is 1, 2, 3. So if I'm counting, I'm going 1, 2, 3. 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually the way that I do it is 1, 2, 3, 4. I go side, 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 side. Sometimes you'll see a 4 written like this in that font. And the way that I like to do it is this. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is on the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, either way, so that you know that the 4 has 4. Okay, and then the 5, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now whenever we count, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7, we go 3 down the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and punch them in the nose for 7. So it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the 9 is 3 down the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And remember, it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so let's go back to our problem right here. We're starting off at 9, and that tells me that 9 goes in my head. So if I have 9 up here, and then this says to add 2. Remember, I would like you to circle your operation, because a lot of times if you don't do that, your brain's telling you to add, but the problem's telling you to subtract, and that's how you get it wrong. So circle what your brain is telling you to do. When we add, we put it together, so our numbers are going to get bigger. So we have 9, 10, 11, and they put 11 there. If you're a mental mather, you might say 9 plus 2, well, I know 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. You might already have your math facts and it's 9 plus 2 is 11. Either way, it'll work, okay? Now what they do is they take that 11, they take that answer, and then they do minus, I'm going to circle my minus 3, okay? So again, if I'm a mental mather, what I might think is, okay, 11 minus 3. I know that 11 is close to 10, so I know that my 10 buddy, I might lose some of you, and that's okay, because we're going to do it another way too. But if I know my 10 buddy is 3 and 7, then that would mean that 11 would have to be just one more, because 11 is one more than 10, so my answer would have to be 8, okay? So if that lost you, that's okay. We have another method that we're going to use. So if you're a mental mather and that made sense, beautiful. If it didn't make sense, let's do another way. We had 11. We're going to go 11 minus. That means that we're counting down, okay? That's why we circle. So it's really important. Are we counting up? Or are we counting down? Remember on the number line, are we getting bigger? Or are we getting smaller? So we have 11, 10, 9, 8. I'm going to get really close to the screen while I do this. 11. Oh, I'm down here. 11, 10, 9, 8. And that's why they put the 8 in the next one, because the snail starts here and it goes in a big spiral around. So the next number was 8, okay? And they put that there. So then we go to the next one, and they tell us to add. So again, we're getting bigger now. We're going to add 4. So I'm going to do it two ways. One, I can think about my mental math. And if I'm thinking about my mental math, I can think, well, I know that 8 and 2 is 10, and then 2 to get to 4 is 2 more. So I know that it can be 8 and 2 is 10, 2 more is 12. If you're not there yet, totally fine. Again, we have a backup, and our backup can be our touch points. And we have 8. Remember how I told you that kind of is a little funky 4? It's that one that looks more like this one. So let's do it. Remember, we're adding, so we're getting bigger. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to put our 12 here. And look how good I'm going. Upside down and backwards, because this is kind of a mirror for me. Now we're on 12. And now it says to subtract 5. Okay? So again, if I'm thinking mental math, what I might think is 6 is double. If I take 6 and 6, it's 12. So I can think about that relationship. But if not, and that's too much, I'm going to again go to my touch points. So I have 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And here we are. Boom. 7. Backwards, and I'm only looking in the mirror to do it. Okay. So we left off on 7. If at any point I'm going too fast, push pause and catch up. And the great thing about this, you can rewind. You can take that little bar at the bottom, touch it, and scooch it back, and you can rewatch some of it to kind of catch up. So that's the glory of the video. You can make it go as fast or as slow as you want. But now we're on 7. And now I have 7 plus 7. We're getting bigger. 7 plus 7 equals 14. Let's remember that one. So we already know our math facts is, okay, I don't think I can do the 4 upside down. There. We have our 14, okay? Now it tells us 14 minus 8. Some of you mental mathers, you're going to have that. Some of you are not. Let's just go ahead and do our touch points for the sake of time. So we have 14. Remember, that number goes in our head. We have 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay? And so I'm going to put my, how does that look? It looks really silly. I'm going to fix it. It was the right formation, though, at least. And so we're here at 6. And then we have 6 plus, so we're getting bigger again. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Swell. And so that goes right in the middle where it says end. And that's your answer. Okay? So this is taking it where it's going plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, and it's testing your ability to see both operations. Can you do both? Can you go adding? Can you go subtracting? Can you switch your brain from going bigger and going smaller? Remember, if you need to use that timeline and kind of bounce forward and then go backwards and then get forward again, you absolutely can. Remember, math, there are so many ways that you can do it. The only thing that needs to happen is that it's done correctly, okay? So make it make sense in your brain because math is real life. Okay, so there was that one. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. But remember, your task is to pick any 2 snails and complete that one. If you want to do an extra one, fabulous, go for it. If you want to do the bonus, it says to create your own snail. Good luck, and definitely send me that if you do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, good luck on this bad boy, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye, y'all.